Hey everybody, it's Liz, L3 Brand Live, and we are here for Jewels of the Game. We got your host, of course, myself. We got Trey, Controller Minds, ENT, and we also have hiphopvibe.com. We have Queen checking in just a little bit. DJ Nothing Nice will be checking in just a little bit. So make sure y'all stay tuned. They'll be on with us. So we got some really great things going on tonight, something we really feel will help you guys. It's more than just, a simple topic of discussion. It's really something that we can apply to many different parts of our lives, whether it's pushing your music, pushing your album in general, pushing a single, even as far as pushing a product. So there's a whole lot that we can really dive into, but I really want you guys to get this tonight. So it's not just for the artists, it's not just for the managers or the labels, but this is for the brands, the business owners, people who really want to get their name out there. We're going to dive into how do you tackle that? Where do you start? What's it going to take to do it? The experiences that we've had and those around us have had. And we just want to give you guys a different perspective. So before we go further, let's do a quick introduction. I'm Elizabeth, L3 Brand CEO. I'm a publicist, brand development manager. I work in, of course, the management side of things, as well as helping people to come up with ways to be visible for their brands. And so I'll shoot it over to Trey. Tell them a little bit about you.
I'm Trey. I'm the CEO of EBF, the owner of Controlling Minds Management, and I pretty much manage artists, develop artists, help them get exposure, and pretty much just kind of show them the way,
Okay. And Tevin?
Yes, so I'm Tevin Savage. I run hiphopvibe.com, and we just report on all of the stuff that people like Trey do with music, news, celebrity, sports, entertainment, the whole nine.
All right. And again, we have DJ Nothing Nice, the owner of Nothing Nice Radio out of Orlando, Florida. That'll be on in just a little bit. And Queen, I'll let her introduce herself when she comes on. Queen Quay, she does a lot with the with L3 brand, as well as working with independent artists and helping them to develop and nurture their brands as well. So we want to kind of break it down a little bit tonight and just talk about the basics of the steps there. So in order to actually push anything, whether it's your single, like I said, if it's a video, if it's an album, the first thing you have to figure out is making sure that you have all the components that go with it. You don't want to just start to blindly push stuff out there and it's not all the way put together. So making sure if it's a single or a project, you want to have your artwork, professional, high resolution, crisp artwork is a must. You don't want janky, you don't want PowerPoint, you don't want something that your cousin put together in Photoshop that just started. Like, you want to make sure that you really have something worth people looking at, because the visual aspect is what's going to draw them in and keep them glued in, So figuring out your components there, making sure that you have the artwork, making sure that you have everything registered, having your business taken care of. It's just a lot about the simple things that I think people kind of jump the gun and like, oh, I just want to get it out there to the people and be heard. But you have to make sure your business is in order. Anybody want to jump in on that part?
Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Okay. So let's see who else. Got some other people checking into the room. So I'll go ahead and let them in. But yeah, so while Trey's getting all his insight and thoughts together, I'll go a little bit further into it. So again, you have to have all of the business taken care of. Outside of getting the small things put together, you want to make sure that you have a plan. You have to have your deadlines. Okay, when do I want this out? What distribution platform am I going to use for that? Have your team ready to be able to push it out with you, because you don't just want to start pushing it out and it's just you. You're going to need more manpower than that. Outside of actually getting the music, out there, you want to figure out who you're going to push it to. Whether or not you're going to blast it to the East Coast, the West Coast, you're going to blast it, down south or whatever. You want to make sure that you have your target audience put together as well, and figuring out what it's going to take. So there's a lot that goes into it. This is just the beginning. So from a manager's perspective, Trey, what have you seen a lot of artists make mistakes in doing in the beginning when trying to push a single or a project?
Rush it all together.
Yeah.
Like pretty much, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having an idea of how you want to put a project out, but it always has to be realistic. Like you don't want to throw, like, you can't put out music like you're already well-established artist, because like if you put it out in the middle of nowhere, nobody's gonna get it. It's the same as a major artist. If they don't promote it or put the people behind it to push it and they're right to the right audience, it's not gonna get out. Like I feel like really, if you're not like an established artist, or you trying to build up to a certain extent, you gotta kind of push a single push a single for the build up. Like I would do like 3 or 4 singles before I actually push the project, just to kind of give you that buzz big enough so everybody can be like, okay, we ready for a project now. We want to hear at least 10 to 12 songs of what you got going on.
Right. Outside of rushing it, I'll speak a little bit about some of the things that I've seen. I've seen artists, well, it kind of goes hand in hand with rushing it. A lot of times they'll put something out that's not quality. They'll put something out there that goes against the grain because they got their creative juices going. They're like, oh man, but I want to do this, and I had this vision, and this epiphany came to me. And it's like, yeah, but is that gonna work? Like, did you spend all of your money and your time and your effort in the studio for nothing because you're pushing something that doesn't make sense? And that goes in hand in hand in the key of having a team that's going to tell you the truth as well, or having a manager or consultant that's going to tell you the truth, so that way you don't waste your time or waste your money.
And also another one is these artists who, it's not really realistic. They start trying to pit themselves against established artists. When they come out with these projects and stuff, they're releasing them on the same day as, like, for an example, like Jay-Z or something like that. And in their head, this is like smart marketing, but it's not within the realm of reality right now. You just go ahead and, if your project is ready, just go ahead and push it and don't mention that. I see a lot of that with people that submit to my site and everything. Like, can you do an article and mention that I'm releasing head to head with Jay-Z? And I'm like, why?
That's a good point. I've heard a lot of artists try to do that too. They're like, oh, I'm like, okay, when you want to drop your joint? Drake got an album coming out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead, since he coming out at midnight, I'm gonna drop it at the same time. What?
And then like their marketing strategy is like getting Drake's tweet or whatever, and then like replying with their little album link.
Yeah.
It's a small chance that can actually work, but you have to have the quality music and material to back it up. I've done it before myself with campaigns for artists, but they had the work and they were in the same lane as the artist. So you have to be strategic about it. So if it's an artist that aligns with that same style that they have, and their followers can appeal to that, what you have to offer, then it can work. But you have to have an aggressive team that's going to sit there, and it can't just be like, oh, let me just drop it and then at the same time and see what happens. No, you have to have somebody watching every tweet, every reaction, every post, and they're dropping your link as soon as they comment, that can work. That's the extra jewel for the promoters and for the publicists out there as well. You might not use that tactic, but it definitely works with the right person, I will say. So we do have a special guest on. Trey, I want you to introduce our guest, please.
Oh, we got the one and only OG Case.
Welcome.
How y'all doing? What's good? What's good?
Awesome.
Y'all can hear me straight? Y'all can hear me fine?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you. About to say, man, tell them about your project, man. You just dropped, man. Let the people know, man.
Grandma's Boy, dedicated to my beautiful lady, Miss Alice Kaysen. Dropped February 11th. I don't care if you Drake, Young Boy, Yee, Future. I dropped the hardest tape this year so far. That's a fact.
Okay.
9 songs dedicated to her. Her birthday was October 9th. That 9 stuck with me. So yeah, it's really a masterpiece for real. I'm kidding.
Love it. So tell us a little bit about just your start and how you got into music.
I'm from Burton, South Carolina, Beaufort County. I really started the music 2016 when I went to Savannah State, fresh out of high school. My roommate wrote poems, music, and he got me started with the writing. After that, I started doing like little Facebook So Going challenges, So Sick challenges. Those was going up. And then since then, I just kept going hard. I dropped a dedication song to my partner, Trap. He got murdered the same day my daughter was born, September 8th, 2018. And that took off. And since then, I just been kept going hard, trying to roll.
Okay. Yeah, so I know that along the way you've had, inspiration. You've had, I'm sure a lot of people, go through their ups and downs and things on the road to success, but what are some of the inspirations and the people that have really kind of put that bug in your ear and that helped you to keep going?
Right. You asked who were the people that kept me going or keeping me going?
Right.
Well, my kids for sure. You know what I'm saying? I look at them all the time, be like, I gotta make it for them. Granny, my grandma was like probably my number one supporter. Since she passed away August 26th. She was my number one motivator. My mama, my brothers from back home, the city, my city they really support me. So they kind of got me going and kind of got me known a little bit around the way, South Carolina, a little bit in North Carolina. Partners I went to college with, Savannah, Georgia, they keep me pushing. They push my stuff like it's theirs. So I got a good little solid base of people who supporting me. They got a lot of expectations, but I'm gonna get them for sure.
All right. So Queen, I know you just came on. Welcome.
Hello.
What's going on?
So we have OG Case on with us tonight. So I wanted to, do you have any questions for him?
So what have I missed already? So you said, what's your name again?
So this is OG Case. He is, well, of course he's with EBF as well. So I wanted you to I know you didn't get a chance to hear his introduction, but tell us a little bit about your or tell us the name of your project and everything again, so Queen can get caught up and everything.
There's my project called Grandma's Boy, because I'm just that. You know what I'm saying? I just got the tat on me too. You know what I'm saying? Dedicated to my grandma. Dropped February 11th. 9 songs. Her birthday was October 9th. Best project out right now. Facts. I ain't even care. It's facts. Best project out right now. But
Okay.
yeah, it's dedicated to her and it's doing pretty good right now. You know what I'm saying? Just dropped a video last Monday. Tuesday. Not good with numbers, but I just dropped a video called Thinking Out Loud. Kind of like leading to the tape, post drop prior to the tape, but it's still doing its thing. But yeah, numbers boy out right now.
Okay. So it's the music video you just did is to one of the songs on the project?
It's unrelated but it's like kind of telling you, giving you a sense of me telling you about the tape, like it's coming. And yeah, it's called Thinking Out Loud. It's hard. I ain't lying. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
Okay. And where can I find you at? Where can I find this song? You said it's out right now already? Thinking Out Loud? It's on all platforms?
Yes, ma'am.
I just pulled a video up while you were talking.
Boy, 9 songs on the tape. That's out everywhere. Any music platform you got it on.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Kevin, did you have a question?
I just told him I pulled it up while he was talking.
Oh, okay.
Video and stuff, yeah.
So do you want to play it real quick on here?
You can play
I don't know how to connect the video part, so I can just turn my phone to it, I guess. Is that cool?
Yeah. You stream on YouTube. Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't know how to do it. How y'all do that?
That's my number one lady, like, love my life, for real. So, I don't know, grandma's boy, anybody ask me, everybody know.
Y'all can see that, right?
No, I tell you what, let me see something. Trey, I'm gonna give you should be able to share on your end. Can you share?
I don't even know how to get everybody on the camera together. You talking about
the middle button that says share screen.
All right, I guess I gotta do it.
I'm about to say, let me see, but yeah, cool.
I'm trying to figure out how to get everybody on one screen.
Y'all bear with us out there watching, tuned in, because we need some jewels on how to navigate Zoom.
Look, you done made me call myself out.
I need let me get that name again. Your name.
Get you all right. What's that?
OG Case.
Yes,
OG
sir.
Case. Spell it for me so I make sure I spell it correctly.
OG and then a space KCASE.
That's my number one lady, like, love my life, for real. So, I don't know, I'm a grandma's boy. Anybody ask me, everybody know. Grandma's boy right there. I'm grandma, everything. Nice at school, she come get me. You know what I'm saying? I'm aiming for the
Y'all can see that?
Granny,
I can see it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Let me run it back for y'all.
That's my number one lady, like, love my life, for real. So, I don't know, I'm a grandma's boy. Anybody ask me, everybody know. Grandma's boy right there. I'm grandma, everything. Nice at school, she come get me. You know what I'm saying? I'm aiming for the come get me. You feel me, Granny?
Long live my lady, man. Stop playing.
For real. Lord, forgive me right now, cause this might be the day I do it. I finally can say I got a nice smile, but I ain't even trying to use it. Stressing so bad about this music, I can't take it no more. Something's still missing from my life. They'll never know how I truly feel unless they listen for sure. Thinking out loud, so please don't judge on my mind.
What I tell him?
Still struggling, but I'm still hustling.
Money ain't been coming in, but my pride ain't been suffering.
Top of the hill, supposed to have my shit together. Grandma's boy ain't dropped yet, so you see I ain't got my shit together. I'm so tired between this gangsta shit and being a father.
Shouldn't even have to be that way, but my mind think how it wanna.
And I wish the best for all them dudes. I mean, all of them artists.
Never been the type that hate on nobody. I'm just harder.
So tell me why I still ain't proud of me. And why the hell I keep on handing out apologies, and that's for only being me. Like I ain't one of them.
I ain't no good in the first place. Big granny died.
I wanted to die, that's the worst. But Lord, forgive me right now, cause this might be the day I do it. Crazy thing about that, my dad called me driving to the studio. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she was making. I brushed that off like, I'm about to see me 2 more days. You know what I'm saying? Making a song for her, play it for her. You know, first Uncle called me. At that point, it was about to be over. Not the soul with me talking. I admit I need the drugs still. Admit I need your love still. Cause I love how that love feel. Wondering right now. If I die, how the fuck will cuz feel?
I done put my heart into this shit so they can remember me. Right now I'm living, I'ma last long.
Forgive me right now, cause this might be the day I do it. Finally can say I got a nice smile, but I ain't even trying to use it. Stressing so bad about this music, I can't take it no more. Something still missing from my life. They'll never know how I truly feel unless they listen for sure. Thinking out loud, please don't judge us on my mind. Shit like that, like you can't show me the videos on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, you supported 10 times more than I thought. You know what I'm saying? Even stuff I was saying.
Yeah.
You feel me? Even stuff I was saying, shit shot without the pain. At her house. You know what I'm saying? Granny house. Cursing the first time she heard it. Shit I was saying that. She was looking at it like, Granny, it's okay. Like, you feel me? But yeah, I'm a number one lady, man. Best friend, love of my life. Real, all that. But it's dedicated to her. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody else can feel it like I do. If they don't, shit, what it is, no music coming. But this right here, solely for Granny, like it or not.
That was beautiful.
Very good.
Out right now, man. That's the hardest tape out right now. But that song unrelated. It really was on some explaining the tape, telling people like what it's really about. And yeah. That's really what it is.
All right, I love it.
Let me escape. I'm back in.
So I know that, you know, even just doing that video took you to a whole nother place. You know, but it's touching, and it's definitely, I love when an artist can take you, you know, kind of on a journey to be able to tell their story, and you can really be where they're at, even for just a minute, you know?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, a lot of people probably categorize me like a pain artist. Like I do everything for real. It just like my grandma, she really meant the world to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So every song I dropped was after or during the process of me seeing her time winding down on the project, and then the Thinking Out Loud came, shit, a while after. Just did it before the tape, for real.
Tevin, what were you saying?
I told him I understand losing his grandmother and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. What I'm about to say? What feedback do y'all have for the video?
I think the video was actually very impressive. Again, what I like about it is the realism, like the down homeness of it with your actual people in the video is reminiscent of like those early Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre videos in that vein.
Appreciate that. Got the best cameraman in the game shooting it, who is Slim.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the transitions, the editing was really, really, really good as far as being able to tell the story in the midst of the music video as it was going. Like, that was a good transition.
Oh, y'all wanted me to comment on it?
I don't think Trey liked it.
Trey saw it before it came out. So I know y'all wanted me to comment too. I mean, I like it. I like the video because like kind of to piggyback off him, like just the realness of the video. Like I kind of like videos that I don't like to watch something that I don't really get nothing from. But like I told him since he started it, it's like everybody has a grandmother. So if you can't relate to it, then I don't know. Like it's crazy.
Ain't got no heart, man.
You got pretty much. There you go. I ain't take it that deep, but you said it.
Hey, and even though like the tape too, like a lot of people even hit me up. It's not even, you don't even have to lose your grandmother. It could be somebody you really cared about. You know what I'm saying? Lost them. you know, certain songs on there. Like the first song called Grandma's Voice. It's her voice. It's a voicemail from 2018. It was the first voicemail on my phone from her talking about she saw a picture of me having my daughter and this and the third. And hearing her voice, like instantly you gonna get that feel on the tape, like, man, this shit crazy. Like, I don't know. And I'm mad vulnerable on the tape, things I'm saying too. So it's all dedicated to her. Like, I don't know. I'm vulnerable artist in a sense for this tape. Put it all online for grandma.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it right there. So tell everybody again how they can follow you and get the music and get in touch.
Music out on all platforms right now: Apple, Google, Spotify, YouTube. My YouTube is at The Real OG Case, Instagram at OG Case, Twitter at The Real OG Case, everything at The Real OG Case. Y'all listen to the tape top to bottom, there's no skips. Y'all won't be disappointed. That's a fact. And yeah, real. I really want y'all to hear this grandma's voice. I ain't lying. What's this? Y'all bear with me.
All right, go ahead. We got you.
Bear with me. I ain't want to run y'all ears out, but
Go ahead, man.
let me see.
My job is to make college easier because students have a lot on their plates. Like Harper, an econ major who piles on.
This the first song.
I saw the picture of pretty baby. Just a couple because in high school. She showed me the picture. She's a beautiful little girl. And you were changing the diaper. Well, I'm very proud of you. So give me a call when you get a chance. Bye.
In the stew right now, I'm in the stew right now. I'm recording all my feelings. Thinking about the goals I set 2 years ago. I done achieved. Keep going up, I ain't no ceiling. While I'm still tripping about the things I can't control, won't let it go. My type of pain ain't nobody's. Leave from the soul, they'll feed more shit, take a toll, they just don't know. Damage on my body. I can't trip about no past fights. Them shit been dead to me. Catch your women. Can't say it cause he did all I could to remain the same. Guess I know now I ain't. And to make it worse, conversation about my purpose. We ain't finished that. You'll be amazed how many artists I chase want a verse from me right now. I ain't feeling rap. Then I think back to the drugs. Right, the reason I couldn't sleep, so why I'm still attached. My daughter's life again, won't say completely. Got a lot to prove, but I'm never leaving her life again. And I'm really thinking about dropping out of school. Told you I would get my degree, it's coming, bro. Right now I got a pop with music. I'm drowning in my feelings. Thinking about the last time that I saw you, I fell to my knees. I couldn't believe that you weren't breathing. I'm still tripping about the things I can't control, won't let it go. My type of pain ain't nobody. Bleed from the soul, they'll feel you more shit, take a toll, they just don't know. But I tell them, hey, for you I'll take this far. Felt like I had no purpose, like an engine with no car, you were still right into the wheels fell off. I cried so much and now my tears dried out. Thinking about it. Stop playing, man. Rest in peace, my lady, man. For real. Rest in peace, my lady, man. For real. That's just the intro, though. You feel me? This whole take pain. I'm really an artist. I really love my shit. My bad for cursing. I really love my stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it just means so much to me because it hurt. But yeah. That's a vibe though.
Yeah, if I say you can feel it, you can definitely feel it. And for a person like me, being in music, I'm not an artist or anything, but music raised me. Music got me through a lot of, heartache, pains, happy moments. Like music is just that, it can be motivational. It can, when you have something you can relate to, you know, you don't feel like you're the only one out there. You know, even if you don't know the artist, you don't know the person, but the message is what reaches you. So definitely, it's one of those. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Appreciate it for real. I done had a few people hit me up saying that they, you know what I'm saying? Which I'll be like, yeah, really. It kind of shocked me sometimes when some people hit me up, long messages saying that, oh, I feel some type, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, okay, I'm doing something right. You feel me?
Because a lot of people can't voice. A lot of people can't just speak their pain out, and then you're able to articulate it and put it together.
Yeah, it was kind of easy for her though.
Yeah, so
oh God.
they can feel you.
And another thing, I was kind of like, I wouldn't say like concerned about, but like a lot of people who first hear me, like hear this might be the first time people hear OGK's. A lot of people might be like, oh, he's just this type of. I'm really like, this is just pain right now because it's dedicated to my grandma. I don't care if people like this for her, not really nobody else, but if people can relate, they can feel it. I'm hard, man. Pain, that gangster crack, you know, all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really all around artist, but I built my name off the pain for real.
Artist goes, I don't mean to cut you off, but like fans love when an artist goes vulnerable, man. Anytime they go vulnerable, you win them over. And so, like, this right here, you got all of us right here, you know?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Sound familiar?
Oh, God. you say it all the time.
Yeah, because it's like a lot of artists, they don't want to get nobody, like they don't, it's hard to get an artist to be vulnerable. They give them somebody, they be like, nah, they gonna think I'm a punk. Nah, they not. They gonna feel it more than, yeah, they gonna feel that more than the hard stuff.
Hey, I'll be a punk for my grandma though. I ain't tripping.
Oh no, but I ain't talking about you. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm a Pisces too.
It creates that space for your audience to get to know you, to feel closer to you, because not every artist is able to go out and be sociable and be all up on live and be the star, the face of this social media lifestyle. So you're shining through your music. And even though people don't know you, they feel like they now know a part of you. So then they care more. They care to know more about your music. They want to hear more.
Right, yeah, for sure.
So, kind of piggybacking off of what Queen said, like, yes, people can really relate a lot of times, but they want to hear about your stories. Your story is what gets you the money. Your story is what keeps people wrapped up in who you as a person are. You know, and so anything that you do, they're gonna follow because they can, you know what, this guy right here, he went through this, he overcame this situation, you know, and it also will motivate a lot of people, you know, so they can get through something. But outside of all that, whenever you let people kind of tap into your world, like that's how you get those real dedicated fans, like the ones that are going to play the song on repeat every time when they're going through something they can't, you don't feel like they can make it out of, they're going to blast that song over and over and over. Right. I know, because I do it.
So. I was saying, I do it myself, but I'm thinking of a couple that I do too right now. Like, yes, and I don't even know the artist, but
that's facts. That's facts, for real.
Right. So, we always do something, of course, that kind of gives people a little insight into our personal experiences. Of course, we're giving out jewels of the game on the show. So now's your opportunity. Tell us, OGK, tell us one of your jewels of the game that you've learned over time. It could be just, you know, getting in the music business or something that you've experienced that you can help somebody else with.
I don't know, like, don't be afraid to be you, for real. Like, people gonna judge you regardless. They're gonna accept you or they not. If you try to, like, you know what I'm saying, hide away from that or change who you is, at the end of the day, it's gonna show. So just be you, be authentic, you know what I'm saying? If you really love the music, put your all into it. Don't let nobody tell you, like, you can't do something. You feel me? So that probably jewel, just be authentic and be you, you know what I'm saying? I know early on, one of my favorite artists, period, probably like Wild Young Boy. So early on when I started, I kind of like was on sounded like him a lot type shit. Everybody would be like, you kind of sound like Young Boy. Yo, it's hard, but you sound like nah. So you just gotta grow, you know what I'm saying, manage yourself, figure you out, and find who you are as an artist. You know what I'm saying? You can take pieces from people, everybody do that. But when people hear me, they be like, okay, that OG Case. You know what I'm saying? So just be authentic, be you. You know what I'm saying? For real.
That's well said. That's well said. Because unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how to be themselves. They'll get in the game and they'll change so quick. They'll change up as soon as somebody throw a couple dollars in their face. They're like, all right, I'll be that. You know?
Yes.
So,
Right. Okay.
yeah. Any shout outs, anything you want to, tell everybody while you're still on? I don't know if you can hear. Could you hear?
Who you talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What you said again? I apologize.
No, you're good. I was just saying, do you have any shout outs, anything you want to tell everybody?
Oh yeah, for sure. My whole city. Shout out my boy Sean. That's my right hand man. Shout out my mama. Shout out my whole family, all the brothers, man. Shout out EBF too. Shout out my cameraman. Shout out y'all for having me here. You feel me? Yeah, shout out my grandma. I know she watching. So
thank you for joining us tonight. And definitely, if you feel like it, you can stay on, of course, and hang out with us. We're getting ready to jump back into talking about how to push a project, how to push a single, how to push a video, how to push a product. We're just talking about how to get it. So
right. So non-stop grind.
No step.
Oh, another jewel, y'all. Another jewel. I know y'all probably said, artists gotta be consistent. Really gotta be consistent. Like, can't take no 6-month hiatus, none of that. Like, I did that before. You know what I'm saying? And that dropped me down a lot. But now y'all gotta be consistent and stop going quality music. You know what I'm saying? Go to real dang studio. You feel me? Spend the money. You gotta spend money to make money and have quality music. From the production to the recording, everything. I just be consistent and stop being broke. I mean, I'm not saying being broke. People so cheap. Can't be cheap with what you love to do. You know what I'm saying?
Now that's a fact. That's a fact right there. You gotta invest money to make money. Period. To be successful. But yeah. So all right, so I want to tap into now just talking about the steps to actually getting the single out there, getting the project out there. So I know, Trey, you put me on pause earlier, so I'm about to take myself off pause and be like, what's your thoughts?
I don't know. You mean how do I like to push a single, or how? I at least like to have it at least like 3 weeks, maybe like 3 weeks before. So I have time to actually push it, like actually put it in the right hands. Cause like usually when you distribute, like even if you do like DistroKid, CD Baby, like in order for you to get even considered on a playlist, it takes 3 weeks for them to review your music on all the stores. So like that, that's where I kind of like gauge when I need the song pretty much by that. You know what I'm saying? As long as I got the 3 weeks, I can send it to playlist, let them check it out. They can run it, make sure it's quality music, make sure it's what they got, what they're playing on their playlist. And pretty much, I mean, and being able to market it, like pretty much through you, like with the PR, hey, can you do an email blast? Hey, how can we promote it this way? Like, but pretty much as long as I got 3 weeks, I can promote it out. So that's pretty much kind of like what I would say for an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like make sure you got the explicit radio version, the audio, and then the beat itself, like all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because like anytime that you drop something, you want to be dropping all of that. And it takes time because, like, when I first started with EBF, I ain't know none of that. I ain't know about no radio edits. I was like, hey, we going to the studio, we recording this. I don't care what nobody say this hard. It was like, hey, you got a clean version? I was like, ooh, you got me. You got me.
Right.
Yep.
So I
Dang,
think
I ain't think about that part. Shoot, I ain't think about that one.
so. And what you were just naming off there, of course, a lot of people don't realize is that are just getting started. They don't realize it's a DJ service pack. You know, so you want to put all of that together and throw it in a zip file or whatever, send it through WeTransfer, whatever you got to do. But make sure that y'all put the whole package together. So when you push it, you're giving them everything that they're going to need to take and distribute it out there for you, you know, and put it in their crates and all that good stuff. So you got to have all the components easy to access. And then you have to have a game plan. You also need your team. Team. Either you hire a team or you build you a team. You got to pick one. I'm just saying, because you can't do it by yourself. It's impossible. If you try to do it by yourself, it's going to be messy. And it's not going to come out quality. It's not going to get the results that you want, especially. Huh?
It's going to be stressy.
Yeah. Just make up a word.
I don't know about messy, but I know it's gonna be stressy.
Yeah.
That's, I thought I was supposed to do these 20 things a day. Golly.
Yeah.
I got
Queen.
5 of them done.
So Queen, talk a little bit about some of the blooper experiences that you've had. I know you've had them. So talk a little bit about the blooper experiences you've had with artists that wanted to push a record or a project and it wasn't all put together yet. Like, how did that turn out for them?
Well, working with Queen, it's not gonna turn out. We're not even gonna put it out. We're gonna go back to the drawing board.
I know that's
but
right.
You know, taking matters in your own hands after getting a certain level of advice on what you probably should not do. But then you have artists that say, oh, I'm gonna do it. Then they don't have time for pitching. Then they're upset about, oh, this music I couldn't pitch to these playlists, and or, you know, oh, my views aren't looking a certain way, or now that it's uploaded, it looks all like you didn't take the time. You didn't plan. You were just ready to release. And then, like you said, I mean, I've come into a situation where artists try to release a song maybe 2 days before. And you might can upload it on YouTube that soon, but you can't, you know, DistroKid or whatever you use it for your distribution platform. It's not happening because not every time are you clear. You got to give yourself some time to upload and make sure everything is right. They're going to let you know, they're going to kick you back, you know, and say this and this may need to be fixed. And you want to give yourself time to fix anything that may come about, especially if you don't know everything if you're uploading your own music, 9 times out of 10, you're not paying attention to that distribution guidelines and things. So you're just going off what you see in front of you and uploading your music, then it's kickback. And if you wait and if you give yourself not enough time, then you've been unpromoted that you about to drop a project for what? So you don't want to get caught up in that area where you're promoting that you're going to drop a project that you haven't even done the necessary things that need to be done. You thinking you can wake up a couple days before, put it on DistroKid. I'm only using that one, but put it up there and it's going to go through the next day.
Right.
You about to get signed next week. And then you gonna get signed next week. That's how they be acting.
Yeah, and then my thing, well, honestly, one of my things is I'm trying to get artists to understand without coming off so blunt, aggressively blunt.
You gotta be blunt.
No one is sitting out. If you're not yet established, if you're not Drake, you're not an established artist. No one is sitting around like, oh, I can't wait to you to drop. Like, so put your things in order. You know, no one's sitting around these different platforms waiting for you. So you want to create it so where now it's something for them to wait for. But they're not just sitting down in their house like, I can't wait till this artist drop this as an independent artist. So quality, time, and plan. Focus on those things.
Drake can't do that. You should have said Beyonce. Drake
well, I mean,
Drake he did,
okay.
But he ain't Beyonce though. Beyonce be like,
but
hey,
I'm
I'm
just
dropping an
saying,
album
like
next
sometimes
week.
artists get into that place and they forget, like they have to. I gotta hurry up. I gotta get this out. I gotta do another one in 6 months. I gotta do another one in 2 weeks.
Hey, I'll be like, who listening to all this music?
Let's go back to your, not to be funny, but let's pay attention to what we already have out and let's build on that, because we got to get our audience up before we get too big headed.
Yeah, because I got one artist, we pushed a record, but then she put out another record, but the record we was talking about pushing is still going crazy for her. So we got to go back and rework.
And yes,
we basically working like 2 records. We're going to have to work 2 records. Because we can't go back and be like, hey, we're going to pull this one back. Nah, we're going to have to work 2 records now.
Redo.
Well, I have a question. I have a question. And what would you say for artists that put out a project, then say they put out a project weekly? Not a project, sorry, a single. And then put out a project and maybe 2 months span, like,
it just depends, because it take a lot. Like you gotta look at the analytics. You gotta make sure that you even streaming right. You know what I'm saying? Because like if it's not, say if you put out, I'm gonna say just a number, like say about four singles. 2 of them do good, 2 of them don't. So you kind of know, you kind of can gauge where you need to go to from there. But I wouldn't I don't know, I don't even know any artists, like the artists in the industry, they putting them out, but they got millions of fans. So you can say if I got 10 million fans and 5 million of them like this song and the other 5 million, like that's a lot of people listen to your music versus 50 people or 100 or even 1,000 or 5,000. Like it's not really a lot when you just constantly drop, because they're gonna be like, dang, I'm getting tired of him. Like he done gave us like a whole Bible out there.
Yeah, okay, that's some jewels to drop out there, because
it's like basically you kind of got to do it like off the analytics, because like that's really what's gonna gauge and tell you kind of what. And people don't even, they be like, I'm going to the studio, we're gonna record, we're gonna shoot this 5 video, then we're gonna drop it, and we never gonna look at the analytics. So we don't know where we hide at, we don't know where to go do a show at, we don't know where to put the marketing money at, what radio station to go to. So like it's a lot when it comes, like I said, with the analytics. Like you got it. That's kind of like where you go to get the money, where the bag at. Analytics.
yes, I agree. And when it comes to like independent artists with with a budget, a smaller budget, I really feel like they should focus on a smaller amount, like continue to create your catalog, but hold back on dropping so much on your catalog and really
never
focus on
it. As an independent artist, never drop an album, never call it an album.
Say it one more time, please say it.
Yes, because as an independent artist, never drop an album, never call it an album. Say it's a mixtape forever.
Oh my God, listen, I can't wait to share this video. I've been preaching this, but I know what I'm talking about. And you just kind of confirm that.
Like, it's a couple of them out there. Like Russ talked about it, Nipsey Hussle talked about it. Like once you drop an album and they got album sales, hey, okay, we're gonna give you $10,000 because that's what your album did. You know, the one you dropped when little Pookie and them listen to it. That's it. That's what we're gonna give you. Versus you could just, like, I tell people, until I get a big enough buzz, I will just drop singles. Like there's people that live off of singles. Like that, like Fat Joe is the singles thing. Like I said, you could name a lot of his singles, name some of them albums. Nobody knows.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I say. For everybody tapping in, y'all hear it. This is true. I mean, this is the jewel, especially for the indie artists that, you feel like, oh, let's drop an album because nobody else is dropping albums because they know They know better.
Yeah, better.
And pay attention to your followings and dropping these singles with all the ways to market. And nowadays it's better, you can better manage a single and marketing that then you can market a whole album. If they're not paying attention here, here, and here, you got to go back to the drawing board and get these numbers up. Start getting these numbers up for these different songs. Don't put out a whole project and they don't pay attention to your single.
If you only promote it in Fayetteville or North Carolina, then you go to South Carolina, you go to Virginia, you might that like these ain't places that's that far away. So like you could tap in here with a showcase. Social media easy. Hey, what's popping in Virginia? Let me go see. Let me at least do one or two. How much you charging for me to perform? Okay, cool. I'm gonna do one song. I wanted to do two, but I'm gonna do one song. So I mean, you gotta build a relationships. Like they might have liked that one song you did. Hey, bro, you can come back next week and do 3 songs for us. So like you gotta like he said, can't be cheap. You gotta spend that money.
Mm-hmm.
I know some artists I talk to, they don't even really like. It's kind of going back to the registering of the music. Like you could get paid a lot of money on your own without nobody doing it for you if you got your music registered. So like that's kind of just make sure you're doing that because kind of like you working for nothing for real.
So let's jump into another thing too, guys. Something y'all were talking about a little bit really struck a nerve for me. So a lot of times artists will want to put out, like you said, they want to put out, I want to put out a song after another song after another song, right? Here's the thing. If you do not have your following built up yet, first of all, you're wasting that material. Now, there's nothing wrong with pushing a song over time because some artists push a song for years before it actually blows up.
Yes.
But here's the thing, though. If you're just putting out everything that you got, it's like imagine you have ammunition, right? And you're using up all your ammo. And it's like the real doggone enemies ain't even came your way yet. You just out there, just all like that. All the songs, all the effort, all the work. And it's like, all right, so when the big dogs actually come, what you gonna do? So at the end of the day, I tell people a lot of times, get your numbers up first. You can put out some content, show people a little bit about who you are, what you're about, let them see your talent, but don't flood the gates with all of your efforts and all of your work until you get people that are wanting it. You got to get your numbers to where they're starting to say, hey, when do you have something new? It's called anticipation. Once you get people that actually like you for your story, for who you are, and they get a glimpse of your talent, they'll actually want to hear more from you and say, oh, what else you got? That's when you got everybody. It's kind of like the club. If you're going to go perform on the stage, you don't want to perform for an empty crowd. You're not going to get that same energy. You're not going to get that same response, all of that. But if you wait until the crowd is built up and the club is packed, you come out on that stage and you kill it. They're going to be like, yo, how can I get the album? How can I da-da-da-da-da, because
like it's an album, it's a mixtape. It's not an album.
Okay. How can I get the mixtape?
Maybe even an EP. Maybe even
just call it a project.
Hey, there's some songs we just threw on a tape together, and we ain't calling it nothing.
Do you know how many mixtapes have blown up? Like I don't think independent artists realize how many mixtapes blow up. Like A&R's, like as an A&R, that's where I lived almost. Like
he was about like the last big one was Drake's. When Drake came out, like that was like that was a huge one. Like I ain't seen nobody make no money like that off of mixtape and before that happened. Cause like with the mixtape,
that's what I want to start hearing more. Then I want to hear more artists say, "I'm about to drop the dopest mixtape, not the dopest album."
Yeah, man. I just want them. I want them to have the confidence and actually back it up. That's kind of like where I be at. Like OG Case, he put in the work. I seen that man go to the studio, and usually I don't went with a lot of artists, but he recorded 3 songs with no phone and was messing up and still didn't look at no phone. Like there was never a phone, and he was recording. I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. I've been in the studio with artists in the industry, and they had their phone. I was like, wow, this is interesting. This man is well prepared. Like you can tell, I thought about that. I'm just like, dang, like he really got to be at home practicing these songs. Like this ain't just like I wrote it and memorized. It's like I know this song. So
Mm-hmm.
I look at stuff like that, like well,
And that's
artists.
a different feeling to be in the studio with an artist like that. It's an artist out here in North Carolina, and been in the studio with him. It's like that. He go in there, and in about 4 hours, he do about 4 tracks. And I mean, he just the hustle, the grind, the attention that he gives to his music. It's just like it's a totally different feel. Like man, he really. It's
I've
serious.
been in
It's
the
not a
studio
hobby.
4 hours. I've been like, hey, brother, what so we did 4 hours of y'all songs. Cause I done been in the studio with some artists. We done did one song, 4 hours, two. Sometimes, I mean, I done did some songs. Been in the studio with one artist, did 6, but 3 of the songs were good. You know what I'm saying? Cause you try to like rush them out.
Yeah.
And I gotta do 8 songs. Like this ain't no contest. Like quality over quantity.
Yes, and you gotta come prepared. You gotta really.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I didn't hear.
Yeah, what'd you say?
I just said amen. I was co-signing.
Yeah, preaching.
We thought it was a profound jewel that she was dropping. Like, wait, what?
Oh yeah, I wanted everybody to hear. I was like, yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. But that's definitely, man, a lot of people, because it's just, man, like the reason why I enjoy being on here is just to give people that correct, proper knowledge, just like everybody else is, so they can get on. Like everybody has dreams, you know what I'm saying? Like me as a producer, like it's not the same. My producing dreams isn't the same as me being an executive. So like I always say, they was like, oh man, you do so much. Like, yeah, but I don't feel like I'm doing nothing. Like I got goals that I'm not even at. So when you're not at them goals, it's never enough for you. You know what I'm saying?
It's like trying to crack cheat codes is what I call it. Like when people always give me these praises and things of that nature, and I'm just like, man, I ain't even cracked half of it, y'all, to be honest.
Why you so quiet, ladies?
Oh, Trey, don't start with me, okay? Don't start. See, y'all don't know. First of all, here's a jewel of the game, okay? Y'all have no clue what I go through behind the scenes dealing with yours truly right there, okay?
And I just keep on her toes. You don't even.
What's the word you made up, Trey? It's stressy. It's stressy dealing with Trey. But yeah, I'm quiet because I'm thinking. Thank you.
It was bad when I first met her. I call her like every hour. Hey man, I got this idea, man. You know what I'm saying? The first week, I was like, hey. After that first week, I said, dang, that's kind of rude of me. I just bombard her. I was like, maybe I should just write it down and come up with the plan first for her.
That's some jewels you just dropped right there. I'm always telling the creative thinkers, I get ideas all day, every day, and I'm always telling them, write them down. Because the way my mind works, I'm a person who applies. So when you come up with ideas, it may not need an action right there, but because I'm built to take action, now you've added that. And I'll never want, I'll just say my artists, because that's normally who I'm working with. They're the creative thinkers. So they always got an idea from the time they wake up, they drive in, something's going to trigger an idea and they have to share it. And so I'm like, start writing down.
That's like me. I carry a note, like a notepad pretty much everywhere. Like I got a small one that's in my car. I got a big one that I keep on my desk all day. So I just, like I said, I'm always writing down stuff. Just trying to, like I said, I might think of something today, but I might not have the steps to it for maybe another month. So it's just there on that paper. Like, hey, what that one sheet I wrote on? Let me go back to that. These steps.
That's your vision board. Yes, build that vision board.
Like I done went through last year I went through, I think it was 5 notebooks, just writing stuff. everybody's like, why are you? I was like, man, look, I got to get it out. Like, if I don't get it out or write it down, it's hard to plan. You can't plan nothing. You can try to plan it in your head, but it's gonna be very hard.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm horrible about keeping up. When I do the same thing, but I write it on random things. It might be like the back of a bill statement. It might be like whatever. So I've learned to actually take it, and I'll open up an email and like start a draft in an email and just
That
type
don't
it in
work.
there.
I be done lost the email. See?
Well, that's why you say the draft. You never send it.
I do. So I had to go as far as now voice recording for me, because I'm like you, like writing it down on whatever's close to me.
This is my notebook.
I mean, I got notebooks, I got notepads, I got bill statements. I think I wrote on the back of my kids' pictures.
I can't do none of that. None of the bill statements.
But I can keep up with it. But now I do the voice recordings. Like when I have an idea and I'm driving, because I do a lot of driving, I just record myself and I say it. And I had a conversation like I'm talking to, sharing my ideas with someone.
You might be a vocal learner. I'm a visual, so I gotta write it down.
No, I'm a visual, but normally just to keep up with notes, because I have so many ideas, I can't always get to paper. Like when I'm driving, I can't always get to paper.
This is the big one. I got a notebook like that big. I can put it in my pocket. I used to carry them around because
I can't even show you all my notebooks. Like my book bags.
Yeah, I'm from the old school. Like we ain't had no cell phone. We did, but it was big. We couldn't do none of that. Let's talk about emails.
Yeah, I got notebooks on top of notebooks. It's crazy, but that is the jewel for real.
Let me show y'all this right here. So I bought this. You can't see it because it's blurred. I bought this like 2 weeks ago, y'all. I haven't used it yet. It's blank. Okay. That just goes to show I'm like, I have to just use my random stuff or my email. I wanted to. I can't do the little notebooks and stuff like that.
Like all you gotta do is when you do get home, you take everything you got compiled and you put it in the notebook. Like that's like my small notebook. I might convert my stuff in my small notebook over to this notebook. Because like I said, I might have an idea, but I don't have no steps. I might have the idea, but I might have step 3, 1 and 2.
I don't know if I can see.
I see it, girl. Me too. Me too.
I got a lot of. I had to learn how to convert them, though. Because one thing with me is I'm like, dang. I had that idea. I'll be like, man, where did it go? I lost it. Then I'm mad.
So one thing I can say is I don't lose them. Now, I do not lose them. Now, I will put them all in one situation. Like I may, whatever I took down notes and I don't have time to convert them to a notebook. I won't lose them. I'll keep them all in one place. But when it's time for it, I just have to go through. I know it's in here. Like I know. So I do have to do that.
But it's just like I said, it gives you more organization. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
You gotta go through it. Cause like I told her, I'll write on anything, but I just taught myself to convert everything over. So that way I got it in this one place. It don't matter what the idea is. It could be my producing, it could be an artist. They got their own page.
Yeah, like, put a title and a date on there so you can really help yourself remember too.
Yeah, I'm like, where's such and such page at? Yeah, remember that day's getting on my nerves. Yep.
So y'all,
what we gotta do today.
So y'all, we got like 10 minutes left. So I want to do the jewels of the game real quick, and then we can throw in anything. First of all,
about that.
Hey,
I want to do our individual jewels that we drop every week.
Today, shoot, we should charge about $9.99.
Hey, Trey out here trying to make y'all pay $10. So
hey,
y'all getting the real jewel. Look, this wasn't out when I was out here having to go get my research and stuff. So you guys are getting some raw jewels because I had to go out and pay and search and dig and read and.
I have one that's been pressing in my head the whole time we were sitting here talking.
Oh, you was
hush. And so it's just like when and this applies directly to pushing a single or pushing a project or a product, whatever it may be. One thing I will say is don't ever do anything just because. Have a reason, have a plan, and execute it and stick with it. That's my jewel. Y'all can take it and do it to as you may, but you have to really get the beauty in that simple statement there. Don't do anything just because. A lot of people get backed in a corner, or they feel pressured, or they follow this blueprint. They think that, oh, it's got to be done like this. But no, figure out your why. Okay, I want to put some music out. Why? Why specifically right now? And, or you want to put a video out or whatever it may be. Make sure you have a plan for it. Make sure there's a reason behind it instead of just throwing something out there. Otherwise, you'll get the same type of results. If you do something wild and crazy, you'll get the same type of results.
I thought of something when you said that. It just made me laugh.
What?
Nah, like it just be some people like, yeah, man, this girl was like asking me when my song come. What? Is she about to pay for all of your music?
Right.
We gonna download every download? Like that's one person.
That's dedication if she do.
That's like me like, hey, my mama want to know when my next beat pack coming out. What?
Your mama or you?
No, my mama. Like that, but that's just me talking to somebody. Like,
right.
And must gonna get.
I'm at the house
all the streaming
because my mama she want to know when the next one's dropping. So, but it doesn't make any sense what people be saying. That's basically what I'm saying. Like some of the stuff they be saying to be the reason why they putting out their stuff makes no sense at all. Like it's just like my friend said this song was jumping on your two
I was about
friends.
to say, yeah, my favorite line is my homie said, "This is the one."
Right.
You got 30 friends outside, but 2 of them said this the one, and that's what we gonna go with. Oh, 30.
Or the one where they say the people they waiting on me. They waiting to hear some more music.
I want to retire that. I want to retire
that.
Look, when they say they waiting, who is they? Who is they? I need names, first and last names.
Yeah, because we need at the minimum just starting out to get you some money coming to BMI 800, at least 800 streams right now. Then where they at?
Dude, right. For real. I need their email too, so we can send on the song early. Since they said drop it, hey, share it to everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What jewel I got? I want to give. Patience and persistence, quality over quantity. That's my jewel.
Nice.
Yeah, that kind of leads into mine, which is the game will only take you as seriously as you take yourself,
Woo!
Yeah,
and with that being said, the world is yours.
That's major right there.
Mine's jewel is pretty much picking a little bit off of what Liz said. Mine's is more so your vision, knowing your vision, knowing your purpose, and really just writing that out. Understand it and being specific. Have a real legitimate reason, a story or your purpose, knowing your why, your target, just knowing yourself, knowing why you are doing what you're doing. Because you cannot, music in this industry is not just something you get up and do.
Exactly.
It can be for a hobby. Now, if it's a hobby, yeah, you just get up and do it because you got time in your hands.
Maybe an artist or a producer. I don't really see nothing else. Like you can't manage part-time. You can't A&R part-time. You can't. It's a lot you can't do part-time in the music. It's like I don't know. Like with me, it's life. Like 24 hours. Like even when I think I'm not doing it, I'm doing it.
My light's done. Yeah.
People always ask, they be like, yo, what's your hours? I don't have hours. We work all the time. They're like, oh, you off this weekend? Off? What's off? What's off? Like
Like,
Right?
yeah, I'm playing the game. What? You playing a game? Yeah, I didn't plan this. I just had some free time, so I decided,
Right.
When people say I'm bored, I'd be like, man, do you know how much I would get done if I had a bored day?
Mhm.
bored for real. I don't even know what that is.
I don't even
I've
know
been
what
bored
that
since
is.
like 09, you know?
I don't know. I be so busy. I get irritated when people ask me, like, so when's the next time you're gonna be free? I be like, what you mean? What you mean free?
Yeah.
What's this
Why
free
don't
you
never hit
speak
me up
of?
when you free? Because I'm never
You got-
free.
You gotta think though, when you busy as we are, when you are free, you utilize your free time wisely. So you're not gonna
Mhm.
you're not gonna announce it to the world, hey, I'm free today.
Right?
Right.
It's like,
Got
oh
it.
shoot, I'm free. You don't even be knowing. It'd be a surprise to you. Oh shoot.
Right.
Do you be
What I'ma
messed up
do?
like it's got to be something I'm missing? So then you
Right.
still really ain't free.
I
Because
don't know. I
now I
don't
got
ever
some
do
time
that.
to
I
put some
used to
time to this,
used
to
to do that. I
micromanage
don't do it no
this.
more. I just look, I go to that notebook and be like, you know what, tomorrow we gonna start off strong. So
Yep.
whatever we missed today. I just need it,
Uh,
man, like me producing, managing, CEOing, I be needing that. Like I just told Liz, what was it today? I was like, hey, I'm back officially. I've been saying it, but I'm actually back. It's like
right.
I just need sometimes you just need that kind of need that shut down to regroup. It's like, okay, what we gonna do with this, with that? Okay. If I step back, I can kind of see what's going on the right way instead of me being all up in it. So now that I kind of stepped back for a couple of weeks and seen what was what, and now I can keep moving. So and I actually been working a lot this week.
Okay.
So when I get off of here, I'm gonna get right on the game I was talking about. Just
I got
uploading my
more work to do.
Dude, I was trying to hurry up earlier because I was uploading beats to SoundCloud, and I was like, "Dang, I don't think I'm gonna be done by the time we start doing the show." And Liz sent me the link. I was like, "Yep, I got them all in there."
Well,
Getting off of work. I also work whatever hour shifts, whatever I make it. But yeah, so I go report to a job as well. So I was like, oh, I got to get out of here.
so guys, you guys got any shout outs, anything you have coming up?
Tomorrow I will be at the Crown Coliseum at 2:00, talking to the childrens. And the MLK bunch. Other than that, that's all I got going on.
So y'all come to the Crown Coliseum. And come see Trey Day talk about everything. I don't know. What you talking about, Trey? I didn't hear his speech yet, by the way. I don't know. I'm scared.
I'm not really doing a speech. I'm kind of doing like a overlook of my life and career, like of how I got to where I'm at. Cause I kind of like filtered out all this because we talking to kids, so they want to hear the good stuff. You can tell them the bad stuff, but you gotta like sprinkle it in there. You can't just be like, you know what? Well, I did this, but you know what? I lost all my money doing this.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of like sprinkle it in on them. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm just doing like a kind of like how I got started in the music business, how I met Moray, kind of like how we've been transitioning since he kind of, because like I tell people, it's like different steps to the transition, like him just getting started versus him doing like where he at now. So this is a little, like I said, it's a little bit different just watching it, like sitting there and actually seeing it and be like, oh dang, well, I know not to do this or I know to do this. Like I said, with him, he like, well, that's one person I seen. It kind of set the bar high for any other artists I went in the studio with, because I'm like, dang, this dude go in the studio and knock out a lot of songs. Like he would do a lot. Like if you get an 8-hour block, he probably gonna come out with like 13 songs, 14 songs. And like me and him had a conversation just talking about the artist. He's like, man, you kind of hard on the artist. And I'm like, bro, you set the standard. Like, don't get mad at me because I'm standing beside you and you set this high bar. You know, like if you set a bar, we can't be like, well, you know, my bar up here, but we're gonna put y'all down here because y'all
Right.
just started. Like, nah, like
Not fair to them.
you lessening them early doing that. If I said the bar up here, it's for everybody. Everybody bar up here. That's just how I go. Like that's just like I said. That's pretty much how I feel about that.
Okay. Any other shout outs, guys, before we
I
go?
don't like how you've been all quiet today, Liz. I'm gonna shout out that how quiet Liz has been today.
I'm not quiet. Listen to y'all. I always run my mouth. I wanted to hear y'all perspective tonight.
OG did all the talking for us earlier. It was the OG Case. It was the Jews of the game OG Case edition.
Right.
I don't know. When I chimed in, Liz was doing a lot of talking, so I don't know.
Thank you.
He was asking all the
Thank
questions.
One sentence don't count. Okay, you got it. It was one. She was.
No.
It was a run on. What they say back in the day, the run on sentences. Yeah.
You know what?
I have a shout out.
Liz, you know I'm just joking, Liz. Don't try to come pull up fight.
Whatever. I'm gonna pull up anyway. You know.
I ain't gonna be here though.
Anyway, go ahead. What's your shout out?
My shout out is to shout all you guys out. I really enjoy just being in this circle. Before meeting Liz, I was just out here and it's hard for me to have conversations with people because my conversations was always about music or what I'm doing, business, solving problems. And I just I wasn't making friends. I lost all my friends. And so I couldn't even have regular conversations just about the only thing that's probably on my mind outside of taking care of my kids, but you know, like that's all that's on my mind. So this is an outlet, you know, and it's very refreshing to get a lot of confirmation because a lot of things that we talk about and drills that we drop are things that I have acquired through my journey. I have taught myself a lot going through this and stepping out on my own, removing myself from the record label I was with, and just helping artists and just having that confirmation because a lot of artists, I'm still developing and establishing myself. I just know a lot and I know it takes a lot for someone to believe in what you know, even when they don't know half of what you know. It does still take a lot, you know? Mm-hmm. And so just having these conversations in this type of platform, because I went to YouTube University a lot to learn a lot of the things that I've learned. And there wasn't nothing as transparent as these type of conversations we have on here. Like it gave you enough to start going into those rabbit holes. But then if you don't have that mindset to go any further, you're always looking for someone to give it to you, then it still wasn't enough. So going through that and then having these conversations, like, I mean, I feel like what we're doing, we're giving not too much, but we're giving just enough, you know, for those entrepreneurs or those artists that's coming up, just enough to really get you started. You know, it's the basics to getting you started to start traveling through these rabbit holes because you're going to have to educate yourself.
Yeah, now if you want to go broke, if you want to not have no money.
Yeah, or you just want to be out here investing time and get nowhere. It's like a hamster on a trip, you know, on the wheel, just going and getting nowhere.
Be like working at a regular job, you be like, yeah, come on and do this album.
But then not getting paid. So you don't want to invest all that time to not get paid or make sacrifices to not see anything from it. For real. So.
Definitely. Tevin, do you have a shout out? Anything you have coming up?
I mean, just be on the lookout on my website. In a few, we'll have live coverage of the All-Star game.
Okay, give them the website again.
Yeah, hiphopvibe.com, hip-hopvibe.com.
All right, y'all log on, check it out. L3brand.com. Y'all can find me, find everything. You'll find all things from all these people on here right now. L3brand.com, that's it. Okay, guys. I enjoyed y'all as always. The jewels were amazing. And I can't wait till next week. All right,
Okay.
guys.
Sure.
See y'all
Peace out.
Sunday.
Bye.
Well, I'll